I kind of came to the conclusion really that it's kind of pointless doing live stream videos until I get that microphone sorted out, because you see what the problem is. When I was doing live streams before, I was on the actual live stream website. It was some different software, and that software provided automatic voice gain on the microphone, and I'm using a crystal microphone. It's this thing. It's a Philips, but it's crystal, so it doesn't generate. It's not a ceramic or electret condenser. Like, this is crystals, right? So anyway, because of that, I need to get a preamp for it. So I'm going to build one at some point. I just haven't got around to it yet. So anyway, going back to this gearbox thing. Yeah, I actually made a bit of an error in the previous video. I was talking about this gearbox. This gearbox is 4 planets and 1 sun gear, made by Gears for Watt. Gears down for Watt, sorry. Well, what I've done is scaled a similar one, which actually uses 5 planets. I scaled it up by 1.72. And this is what I'm printing right now. To get an idea of the size, but I'd put my finger on it there. It's pretty big. These are about 1.5 inches across, right? So this print at the moment has been running now, let's see, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 hours. Oh my God. It's been running for 20 hours so far, and yeah, the printer's running on my backup power supply, you know. So if there's any power supply cuts or anything, it will keep running. So I don't know if I showed you my but it's a cyber power thingy. So we're running on the ups, and so there's no chance of power cutting out and interrupting the print, which is a good thing. But I wanted to show a little thing I did, was I cut a hole in the bottom of this plastic container, right? I cut a hole in the bottom of this plastic container, and there's a little flap on one end where I cut that off. Right, stuck this on the bed, but I only put it on here when the where the nozzle got high enough that it wouldn't crash into the plastic container, because obviously you can't put something there that's going to obstruct the print head. So yeah, but it's usually on long prints. When you're doing a very, very long print, the longer that the filament is stuck to the bed, the more it'll warp and curl and start to peel off the bed, right? So that's when you need to start to conserve heat to stop the ABS or plastic or whatever filament you're using. It's mainly ABS actually, I believe. I'm not sure about nylon. But it starts to curl and starts to peel off the bed, right? So I cut the bottom out of a plastic container and used some ABS goopy stuff, which had melted, and stuck the container onto the bed so it doesn't come off or doesn't vibrate and move around. So that keeps this container pretty stuck where it is, and hopefully I won't have warped gears. Well, that's what I'm hoping, because it's very important that the gears don't warp. As you know, I'll get binding problems where the gears don't mesh properly, and so I was thinking about this while I was printing, and I started to get nightmares. I was thinking, there's all sorts of things that can go wrong. Murphy's Law, as Alan was saying to me earlier, if something can go wrong, it'll go wrong. That's Murphy's Law. So yeah, I thought, well, I need to take some precautions, and so I put this little plastic container on there, and that should it's keeping the heat in. Actually, I had my temperature monitor on it, and I was measuring the temperature, and it's much warmer inside that area than it is around us. It keeps the draft off, you know. It's the cold air that comes up to the sides of the gears that causes them to dry out and shrink. That's what causes the problem with warping and shrinkage. So by having a wall like that around it, I should actually ensure that this print succeeds, because it's a lot warmer. It's actually very hot in there. This container is really hot actually, so it's doing its job. Now I'm actually printing at a resolution of 0.2 millimeters. Well, I'm actually printing 0.2 millimeters in diameter with the nozzle that's on there, so that's the reason why it's taking so long. It would take half that amount of time if I had the 0.4 millimeter, but I'm using the 0.2 millimeter just because I'm doing gears, and you want fine detail when you're doing gears, really. It's important because it's a mechanically working part, or it will be when it's done, and I don't want any deviations on the gear tolerances. I want to keep that as minimal as possible, and so I stuck the 0.2 millimeter in, and obviously it doesn't use more material. It does not, I should say, use more filament than it would if you use an 0.4. It just, basically, that's why it takes longer, because it slows everything down, so you get less filament flowing through, and it takes twice as long. So the total amount of filament used to print these gears, according to the software, was 20 meters, I think. I think it's about 20 meters of filament, which is not a lot, really, when you think about it. I mean, it might be 22 meters, I'm not sure. Anyway, I think that's what the software said, 20 meters. Could be wrong. I might have read it for a different set of gears I was looking at. I don't know, but I think it was these. Pretty sure it was these, actually. It probably comes out. That's probably about right. Anyway, so I'm at 69. I'm at 69.6%. And yeah, those are all the readings. The bed temperature is 100. Most people recommend that you have a minimum bed temperature of 110. But the thing about that is if you have a higher bed temperature, you actually cause the warping to happen faster, right? Because it dries the ABS out. So I think 100's good, especially for such a long print as this. And as long as the objects don't come loose off the bed, and they shouldn't do, because there's support material going in right now, and these gears almost look like they're going to be one, like, you know. Some of these gears, the support material kind of bridges between between the 5 gears, so they're going to hold each other together pretty well. I mean, at least these two at this end. Yeah, they almost look like they're connected, but they're not. It's just support material in between them. So anyway, I'm hoping that will help prevent them moving, and I'm probably going to go back to bed soon. Actually, it's middle of the morning. It's about 4 a.m. 4:30 something a.m. I have been up all night, so I probably need to go and get some sleep, actually, and just let this finish off, because when I wake up, it should be all done. I'm just been worrying about it, and can't sleep when you worry about something. Now I've got this piece of plastic on, it should be much better, and I'm less likely to wake up to a nightmare or a mess. So we'll see. Oh yeah, and I'm printing in pink. Well, if you wonder why the hell I'm printing these gears in pink, well, that's because I got a bargain on eBay. They were selling a kilogram of reel of filament for £6, which was half the normal price. There was some other filament for 12 or 13 quid, and I was quite surprised to find that the pink filament was only half that price. So I thought, well, why not? You know, I mean, who's going to see the gears anyway? They're going to be inside. They're going to be inside a container of some kind, and I've got some blue left, so I can. I've still got some blue filaments, so I can print the container with blue. You know, the little thingamajigs. You know, the thing that goes around it, and Right, this one, yeah. So, and this is some other gears I printed out for the other smaller one. This is the Sun gear. They came out really well, actually, very, very well. So yeah. So that's where we are at the moment. That's just an update. Thanks for watching.